Most people think the only way to improve their life is to earn more money. But what if that's not true? What if the real move is keeping the same income and changing the country where you spend it? Because for a lot of Americans right now, a good income still feels tight. A six-figure income can disappear into rent, insurance, groceries, car payments, medical bills, property taxes, and just the general cost of existing. And honestly, some people are realizing they didn't need to earn more. They needed their money to stop leaking. Today, we're looking at 6 cities where Americans with U.S. income, remote workers, consultants, semi-retirees, business owners, and people not ready to fully retire are using geography as a financial strategy, not to live like tourists, to buy back breathing room. But stay with me, because one of these cities may give you the biggest cash flow relief of your life, while creating a completely different problem most people don't think about until they're already there. Let's start with a place that may be the easiest emotional jump for many Americans: Mérida, Mexico. Mérida is not Mexico City. It does not have that same overwhelming, massive city intensity. Life in Mérida feels slower, warmer, more residential, and for a lot of people, safer than they expected Mexico to feel. You can imagine a morning routine here: coffee, errands, a furnished rental, a slower lunch, maybe an Uber across town instead of fighting US traffic for an hour. A realistic, comfortable budget is about $1,850 to $2,500 for a single person, and about $2,800 to $3,800 for a couple. A one-bedroom may run around $500 to $700, and a two-bedroom around $850 to $1,200. That matters emotionally because Mérida gives you something rare: lower pressure without feeling totally cut off from home. You're still close to the US. Flights through Houston or Mexico City make family visits feel possible. That's a big deal if you have adult children, aging parents, grandkids, doctors, or business ties back home. Who thrives here? Couples, semi-retirees, remote consultants, and people who want Mexico without the chaos of a megacity. Who struggles? People who hate heat. And I don't mean, oh, it's a little warm. The heat in Mérida changes your life. It changes your schedule, your energy, your utility bill, your mood, and how often you actually want to leave the house. Air conditioning is not a luxury for most Americans here. It is part of the budget. But here's where Mérida gets interesting. The biggest upside is not just that it is cheaper, it's that it can feel close enough to try. For someone nervous about moving abroad, that emotional closeness may matter more than saving an extra $500 a month somewhere farther away. Now compare that with Valencia, Spain. Valencia is a different kind of dream. This is the city for people who want to wake up and feel like life was designed for humans instead of cars. Walkability, public spaces, markets, cafes, bike lanes, Mediterranean light, and a slower daily rhythm. Valencia can make an American ask a dangerous question: why did I spend so many years paying more for a lower quality of life? But here's what many videos get wrong. Valencia is not cheap in the old YouTube sense. A realistic monthly budget is around $2,650 to $3,500 for a single person, and $4,000 to $5,400 for a couple. One-bedroom rent can land around $1,050 to $1,400, and a two-bedroom around $1,400 to $1,900. So no, this is not the place where every American suddenly lives on $1,200 a month. The savings may be real compared with a major US city, but the bigger upgrade may be how life feels. Less driving, more walking, better work-life balance, long meals, human-scale neighborhoods, a sense that you're not always being pushed through a system designed to extract money from you. That cost matters emotionally because Valencia may not make you feel rich. It may make you feel sane. Who thrives here? Remote workers with strong income, couples, families, entrepreneurs, and people who want Europe without Madrid or Barcelona pressure. Who struggles? Budget retirees, people who need everything fast, and Americans who get frustrated when bureaucracy moves at its own pace. The biggest downside is rent. Spain has gotten more expensive, and cheap Spain content is often outdated. But the biggest surprise? Valencia may improve your life more than your bank account, and for some people, that is worth paying for. Now let's go north to Porto, Portugal. Porto feels like the choice for people who are tired. Not bored, not old, tired. Tired of stress, tired of watching costs rise, tired of wondering if one medical bill, one rent increase, or one job change could throw everything off. Porto has a calmer emotional texture. It feels historic, safe, walkable, a little moody, a little gray in winter, and deeply livable if you like slower European cities with character. Realistic budget is around $2,400 to $3,300 for a single person, and $3,700 to $5,000 for a couple. One bedrooms are often around $980 to $1,315, and two bedrooms around $1,350 to $1,850. So again, not dirt cheap. But here's the trade-off. Porto may give you something Chiang Mai or Medellín cannot give every viewer: peace of mind. Portugal has a strong safety story. English is more common than in many parts of Southern Europe. Healthcare access can be reassuring, the pace can feel human, and the emotional value of that is huge. Because the cheapest place is not always the place where your nervous system relaxes. Who thrives in Porto? Peace-seeking remote workers, couples, healthcare-focused movers, retirees with moderate to strong budgets, and solo professionals who want Europe, but not the pressure of a huge city. Who struggles? People who need constant sunshine, low rent, or fast systems. Because nobody really talks about this part. Portugal can feel peaceful, but the bureaucracy can make calm people lose their minds. Appointments, paperwork, tax numbers, residency steps, bank accounts, leases, it can all move slower than Americans expect. The biggest upside is emotional safety. The biggest downside is housing frustration and bureaucracy. The biggest surprise is that Porto can be calming and annoying at the same time. And that combination is more common abroad than people admit. Now let's shift the energy completely. Medellín, Colombia. Medellín is probably the most emotionally complicated city on this list. Because on paper, it can look incredible. Spring-like weather, modern apartments, mountain views, cafes, restaurants, social life, private healthcare, strong value for U.S. earners. A single person can live comfortably around $1,700 to $2,600 a month, and a couple around $2,600 to $4,000. One bedroom may run around $625 to $860, with two bedrooms around $900 to $1,400. Dinner out can cost dramatically less than in the US. Daily life can feel energetic, social, and full. This may be one of the best lifestyle per dollar cities in the world. But, and this is a big but, Medellín has the toughest safety conversation on this list. This is not Porto. This is not Split. This is not the kind of place where you move on autopilot and assume everything works like a safer US suburb. You need street awareness. You need Spanish. You need to understand neighborhoods. You need to avoid flashing wealth. And you need to take warnings about robberies, drugging, and crime seriously. That does not mean nobody should move there. It means the right person matters. Who thrives in Medellín? Social remote workers, entrepreneurs, Spanish learners, single professionals, adventurous couples, and people who want their life to feel alive again. Who struggles? Nervous retirees, people who want low-friction safety, people who do not want to adapt, and anyone who treats Latin America like a cheap playground. The biggest upside is energy and value. The biggest downside is safety discipline. The biggest surprise is that Medellín can feel modern, friendly, and exciting, while still requiring more awareness than many Americans are used to. And this is why where is cheapest is the wrong question. The better question is, what kind of inconvenience am I actually willing to live with? Because every bargain has a price. Now, Split, Croatia. Split is the city people fall in love with in photos. Stone streets, Adriatic water, cafe life, European safety, access to the rest of the continent. It can look like the fantasy version of moving abroad. But here's the reality check. the Split you fall in love with in may feel very different in August. A realistic monthly budget is around $2,300 to $3,400 for a single person and $3,500 to $5,100 for a couple. One-bedroom rents may run around $730 to $1,025, with two bedrooms around $1,150 to $1,700. That cost matters emotionally because Split offers beauty and safety without Western Europe's biggest city prices. But it also lives with seasonal pressure. In summer, your new home can start to feel like it belongs to visitors. Crowds increase, prices can rise, rentals can become complicated, local life changes, and if you imagined a quiet coastal base, tourist season may test your patience. Who thrives here? Europe-loving couples, active retirees, remote workers who can leave during peak summer, and people who want a scenic, coastal lifestyle with a strong safety profile. Who struggles? People who need year-round consistency, big city healthcare depth, low rents, or a large permanent expat community. The biggest upside is coastal European beauty with a strong sense of safety. The biggest downside is seasonality. The biggest surprise is that Split may be better as a seasonal base than a forever home for many Americans. And that's not a failure. That may be the smarter strategy. Some places are perfect for 3 or 6 months a year, not necessarily 12. Now let's talk about the city that may give you the biggest financial breathing room of all. Chiang Mai, Thailand. Chiang Mai is the purest version of this idea. Keep a US income, move somewhere cheaper, watch your monthly pressure drop. A realistic, comfortable budget can be around $1,300 to $2,100 for a single person and $2,000 to $3,200 for a couple. One bedrooms can be around $285 to $500 and two bedrooms around $500 to $900. Dinner for two can cost less than one fast casual meal in the US. Internet is inexpensive. Routine healthcare can be affordable. The expat and remote work ecosystem is well developed. For a lot of people, this is where money finally breathes. And emotionally, that can be powerful because when your rent drops, your food costs drop, your healthcare costs feel less terrifying, and your daily life stops punishing you financially, something changes. You may sleep better. You may work less desperately. You may stop feeling like every month is a race you barely win. Who thrives in Chiang Mai? Remote workers, solo professionals, budget-conscious couples, wellness-minded people, and flexible entrepreneurs. Who struggles? People who need frequent US travel, people with respiratory issues, people tied to strict US work hours, and anyone who cannot handle being very far from home. Because the biggest downside is not just distance, it is smoke season. There are parts of the year when air quality in northern Thailand can become a serious lifestyle issue. Some expats leave for weeks, and if you have asthma, heart issues, or respiratory sensitivity, this is not a small footnote. The biggest upside is cash flow relief. The biggest downside is distance and air quality. The biggest surprise is that Chiang Mai can feel easy, friendly, and affordable until you need to fly home quickly or live through weeks of bad air. So where does this leave us? Look, keeping your US income abroad is not a magic trick. You still have to think about taxes. US citizens generally still file US tax returns. Foreign bank accounts can create reporting requirements. Local tax residents can matter. Visas matter. Insurance matters. Healthcare planning matters more as you age. And no city solves loneliness. No city removes family distance. No city gives you American convenience, European walkability, Southeast Asian prices, perfect healthcare, no bureaucracy, warm weather, low rent, and direct flights home all in one package. That city does not exist. But here's the hopeful part. You may not need perfect. You may just need better. For the person who wants the easiest emotional first step, Mérida makes sense. For the person who wants European walkability and has the income to support it, Valencia is powerful. For the person who wants calm, safety, and peace of mind, Porto may be the better fit. For the person who wants energy, social life, and lifestyle per dollar, Medellín is exciting but not casual. For the person drawn to coastal Europe, Split may be a beautiful seasonal base. And for the person who wants the biggest monthly cost drop, Chiang Mai is hard to ignore. But the real lesson is this: the best place is not the cheapest place. It is the place where your money, health, nervous system, work schedule, family situation, and personality all line up. Because one person's freedom is another person's stress. One person wants safety, another wants adventure. One person needs to be close to the US, another needs their rent cut in half. So I'll leave you with this question. Would you rather save the most money, feel the safest, or stay closest to the US? Tell me in the comments, because your answer probably says more about your best country than any ranking ever could. And if this topic has been on your mind, watch the next video where we compare the places Americans move abroad and the mistakes that make some of them move right back home. If you're thinking seriously about life abroad, the cost, the healthcare, the safety, the visas, and what day-to-day life actually feels like, this channel is here to help you make a smarter decision. So if you want more honest, practical videos about living better for less outside the US, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.